Okay, so the first card is faith. So you need to have a little bit of faith in what is going on. You might be feeling as though you're a bit stuck, a bit closed in, a bit isolated. Maybe you're trying to get out of a situation and you're having a bit of difficulty with it. So you actually need to just have a little bit of faith, and there will be a victory. Of you will be able to sort the situation out, whatever you're going through, whatever is keeping you stuck. If you just pray a little bit, or have a little bit of faith in what was going to happen, be a bit positive, you will have a victory in that situation. So in the past, it looks like you've been dealing with some kind of legal situation, and it has caused a big change in your life as well. So there's something legal that has come into your life that has caused really major changes in this past few months. And then you've got the troubleshooter card coming up, which is you need to either ask for some kind of psychic help or trust your intuition. The troubleshooter is talking about, you can see this lady's holding tarot cards in her hands, so maybe consulting a tarot reader, or just relying on your intuition or speaking to somebody whom you can get a few ideas from. That would be a good way to go. And also be careful. So it's got the stop, look, and listen card, and it is you trying to sort this. You need to stand back from the situation and look at it from a different point of view, almost withdraw from it a little bit and look at it from a situation where you're not so involved, and assess it. So that's why you need to stop, look, and listen, and therefore also ask for some help from people around you. Maybe somebody who has a different perspective, or somebody who's not so involved in the situation. Ask them for some advice. Maybe this is the troubleshooter that you need to speak to, somebody who's not involved in the situation and who can give you that advice in order for you to look at this from a different perspective. Okay, so those are the energies for that week. So I'm using the Lowe's Scarabeo deck here, and you can see the boxes there. And you can buy these from this deck from Amazon. I will put the links in for you. This is a very Rider-Waite based deck, so you'll be able to read it quite easily if you know that system. So the energies of the cards are the Six of Swords, and you can see here you are moving away from a very, very difficult situation. You may have some support from people around you that are helping you get over whatever is going on. This might be an actual move itself, where you've had a difficult situation that you were living in and you had to move away from it. But basically, this usually refers to, more a spiritual journey or more movement away from a situation that is not serving you. You can see the swords up in the air, so you are still looking at all these problems, and they are still, causing a lot of distress. All these awful thoughts going through your mind, they're still causing a lot of distress, but you are moving away, you are getting over it, and you do have a vision, a different idea about what you want to do now. And, you are looking at it, but it's not so much so that they are affecting you in a sense that you're getting a more objective view about what the problems are. So you're able to see these problems now. In the past, they might have been problems that you would in the midst of, but right now you are now standing back from them and looking at them, and now I'm making a decision about which way you want to go. So definitely moving away from a difficult situation. So you are at a point now where you are, whatever problem you're facing at the moment, you haven't made a decision about exactly what you want to do. You're standing back, you're sitting back, waiting to make a decision. And you want to make a decision that is based on logic, really, rather than actually being emotionally involved. You see this woman's got her back to the stream here. So that shows that, you need to make the decision based on no emotions rather than being very emotionally involved. So So you need to turn your back on any emotions that are going to sway you in either direction, and look at the facts, look at the pros and cons of the situation, and then make the decision. This is a new phase that is beginning. You've got the new moon cycle over here, and you need to make that decision based on logic rather than actual emotions. But a decision will need to be made, and it is an important decision because it is going to be something that affects you maybe for the rest of your life, or for the long term anyway. So maybe this is the decision involving your independence. You're deciding about how you can be independent of that situation, or maybe you want to branch off on your own. This is the Nine of Pentacles. It is showing somebody who is financially independent, or somebody who is just maybe wants to go it alone, wants to do things by themselves. Maybe you are in a relationship or in some kind of situation that involved other people, and now you want to do it, go alone and be independent of all these people. It also looks like you have sufficient finances here. Maybe you have a savings account that will allow you to be financially independent of these people, or you're working and that will allow your financial independence. So you are trying to make the decision about whether or not you want to leave that situation and go off and be independent, do it by yourself. And this it seems like whatever situation you want to leave was something very, very difficult. You had to deal with something very difficult, and now you want to. And it looks like it might have been a family situation, because you've got the 10 of Swords underneath that 6. So it might have been a very difficult family situation that you're leaving behind right now, and you're trying to make a decision about whether you want to be independent of them. So you're faced with that kind of situation at the moment. So in the past, you've got the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Chalices, which shows that you were going through a lot of emotional turmoil and a lot of confusion going on in your life. You really didn't know what to do, especially in the last year. You've been having, you've had a lot of options, or needing to make a lot of decisions, but really not knowing which way or which pathway to choose. And, you want that emotional satisfaction, you want that happiness, but it seems like you really don't know how to go about doing it. You're really at a place where you're quite stuck. And you can see that with this 2 of Swords here. You seem to be quite stuck in that particular position, not knowing how to decide and what decision to make, especially now you've got all these options, or you've got decisions to make and you really don't want to make it because you really can't see the wood for the trees. You've got the 2 of Pentacles. This is another choice card. So you are maybe juggling finances, juggling money, maybe even juggling a work situation, deciding which particular job you want to do. This could well be a work situation as well, where you've got an option of two jobs, and this has been coming to the forefront in this past 3 months. So it's about juggling your money, or trying to get balance with your finances, trying to make sure that everything that is going out, is not as much, so that you can save some money. So you have had a bit of problems as far as money goes. It seems like you can see these 2 scarab beetles are going in 2 opposite directions. So it looks like maybe your finances are going out. You're spending on things that are taking the money out rather than bringing it in, because these scarab beetles are not facing each other. So it doesn't seem like they're working. Your finances are even working in your favor right now. And it seems to be almost an endless cycle of where you're just making enough and not managing to accumulate money. And it seems to be even worse in these past 3 months. I suppose it's worsened even with this Christmas season that has come in, and that may have even affected your finances quite a bit. So what's on your mind is the Judgment card. So you are trying to make a decision here, and you are being called to make a decision. Really, that's how you feel. Maybe you've been trying to resurrect something from the past, bring something back from the past, maybe a relationship, maybe an old situation. This angel's got an hourglass in their hands, so you feel that time is running out and you need to make this decision pretty quickly. Maybe something is driving you to make it. Maybe you're being forced to make this decision, but it's definitely something that's going to cause a big change, and maybe this is why you're holding back making the decision. So going into the future, you've got the 7 of Swords. So it looks like you're going to just have to leave that situation. Whatever has happened, you're going to have to cut your losses and go. You can see he's leaving these 2 swords behind and taking the ones that he has in his hand and moving on. This might have also been a situation where there was a lot of deceit, lies, a lot of problems, and whatever situation you're going to go into, it may be a temporary situation. It is not something that is going to be in the long term. So you might be making this decision to move into something that is very temporary, leaving behind a difficult situation, leaving behind the things that you cannot take, and walking away. You can see there's a lot of tents over here. So this particular place that you want to go to get your independence might be just a stepping stone in towards a more stable situation. So you might have to go into a state where you're in an interim position, temporary situation, and then go into a more permanent position. But whatever situation you're leaving behind, there was a lot of deceit, a lot of lies, and you've had a lot of losses as well, because this person has have to leave these swords behind and just take what they could carry. So maybe that is the way that situation has been, where you've had to just take what you can, maybe carry, just take your belongings and leave a situation that is not working out for you. And it looks like that is coming up in the near future. So you're going to have to leave that position. So it looks like you are going to make a decision to actually leave that situation. So what's going on around you, or with you rather? You've got the 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands over here. So there was, and you can see these wands are on fire here. So it's a very, very difficult, very volatile situation. There might have been a lot of arguments, a lot of battles. You can see all these wands are tied together. And it looks like they were fights with different people. There are various people, various different kinds of swords and spears here. So you had a lot of arguments and a lot of fights with a lot of people. And now, you've managed to sort the situation, because you can see the swords, all the wands are tied up. But you are very defensive at this particular moment, so you are protecting yourself, standing up for yourself, but you've had a lot of battles. They call this card the wounded warrior. So you've come through a very, very difficult situation. You're just about managing to get it under control, but you are having to protect yourself, and you're very, very tired after having fought quite a difficult situation to overcome. So what's happening around you? You might receive a message. You can see this is the 3 of Swords, and this man is sending out smoke signals. You might be waiting for a message to come from somebody. So you might be waiting for information, waiting for news, or even waiting to get. You can see he's considering this. He's almost reading this message. So you are waiting for some kind of information to come to you, some kind of message to get you out of the situation. This is almost like an SOS that you're sending out to somebody. So you might be asking somebody for some help, or asking for some kind of assistance, and you are waiting for that assistance to come in. And what's in your mind, you want to cut out that situation and walk away. This is in your hopes and fears. So it looks like you've incurred quite a big loss, because you can see the skeleton is bare bones and walking away, cutting out that situation. So you have lost a lot of things, a lot of your personal belongings, because this skeleton has no skin even on him. So you've lost a lot, and you've had to leave it, cutting out that situation and walking away from it. But having left everything, having almost lost everything, and walking away from it. So going into the future, you've got the Queen of Cups, the Knave of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. And this is all to do with your Pisces. This is all to do with your sign, water sign. The Queen of Cups is basically your card, and it's talking about being very upset. You're crying quite a bit. You're looking at to see what had happened, all the emotional problems that you've been going. So you're looking at your cup and finding whether or not it's empty. It looks like you're very upset about it, and you're very focused on these emotions. You've got a stork over here, which is talking about change of home. So you will be physically moving from wherever you're living in, but you're very upset and very depressed, and you're looking to the past a lot and looking at all the things that had happened. So you're in a state of depression at the moment, it seems. But there is going to be some kind of offer that comes in. So it looks like somebody is going to come in and offer you maybe a place to stay, maybe a new emotional support You can see there's a fish in the cup. So they're going to give you something that is very tangible, very solid. They're going to assist you and help you. And this message is coming in. With the Knave of... it's not only a message, but it is actual help that is coming in. So there is a concrete offer that is coming in for you to move home. You can see there's the tortoise. And the tortoise carries his home with him. So you're going to have to, with the stork, it's talking about a change of home. And the tortoise, this person might be offering you a place to stay, someplace new, someplace better. You've got the swan over here. So someplace better than what you've been living in or the situation that you are in. This person's offer is going to bring you much more emotional fulfillment. You'll be happier going or accepting this offer. And it is a genuine offer. It is not something that is just fly by night. So it is something that you really should accept. And, you will be very, very happy. You'll be very, very supported. It might be, a place that is with friends. So this might be a friend or it could be a sibling. Somebody offering you a place that you will be very happy. You've got the Three of Cups over here. It's a celebration. So getting into a more stable situation and a place that is much more, something that gives you much more joy than what you've been in. So you are going through a period of depression, but there is an offer coming in and you should accept that offer because it is something that's going to make you much happier than what you've been in. So you've been going through quite a difficult situation. You've had quite a bit of trauma, and now it seems like you are moving away. It looks like you will move home and move away from it, and it looks like there is an offer that is coming in for you to actually find a new place to stay. So let's see what the oracle cards have got to say. So the first card is the Crossroads, and it says you are at a crossroads in your life, and you can see that this is the case with this Two of Swords. The choices you make now must be practical, not emotional, and that is exactly what this Two of Swords says. You have to be logical, practical, not emotional. You are not at a dead end. You are free to choose the direction in which you want to go, so plan. So you are at a crossroads in your life, and you need to make a decision based on practicality. If it's a new place that you need to go to that will get you out of this situation that is causing so much of turmoil, then you need to take it so that you can recover, so that you are not so upset and so depressed. At this time, you may be tempted to take a risk or spend money you cannot afford, or you might become attracted to a person who is married or committed. Avoid temptation at this time. So you need to think, plan very carefully, and avoid any kind of temptation that is going to mean you spending extra money or doing things that are going to be detrimental for you. So be very careful, be very practical in what you do. And the final card is endurance. You will find that life is a constant test of endurance. Don't give up now. Greater happiness and rewards to come. Your lesson is endurance. So you have to hang in there. You have to hang in there, and you will get the support that you need. People will be there to help you. This endurance card says even though things look really, really bad right now, there is a solution, and you are not at a dead end. You might be at a crossroads, but you're not at a dead end, and you need to make a choice that is going to be good for you. It's going to be a choice that gets you into a place. Somebody will bring an offer for you, to move home or to change, get out of this situation. You've got the stork, you've got the tortoise. They're offering you accommodation, it seems, and it's going to make you very, very happy. You'll be happier in this new situation, and it is a genuine offer. So you've been going through a lot of battles, a lot of fights, but you need to cut your losses and move. The situation that you move into might be a temporary situation, but it's going to offer you that happiness, and it's going to be a stepping stone towards more stability. And you do want to end up cutting away all that negativity and move on. You are waiting for some kind of offer to come in, and you will get some kind of message coming in that allows you. And you can see there's 3 rods in the smoke signal over here. So it looks, and the final card is the Three of Cups. So it looks like you might be moving in with 2 other people, and they want you to come stay with them, and it looks like you'll be very, very happy. So you are considering that offer. You will consider that offer, and it will come in, and it is going to give you a lot more stability and much more happiness.